Just a couple of comments. The insanity and devastation in the world today makes any sane and compassionate person angry, frustrated, and wishing they could cram simple logic, simple truth, and common sense into the head of some people. The Lord used to tell me, bind the spirits that cause harm and that don't agree with God when I was on my way to certain people I had to be around. But I kept forgetting and ended up being angry and frustrated at what they were saying and doing, which affected what I was trying to do. I basically was being controlled by them instead of being in charge of myself. At one point, when I was logically trying to explain to someone what was simple and reasonable, they interrupted me and said, "You're trying to make sense to a crazy person." I've since thought that was probably one of the most profound statements I've ever heard. So then who was really the crazy person? Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Bind the spirits that fight against God and humanity. Don't play their game. Don't let them lead you down their rabbit hole. Pray for those who need compassion and need help, and for those who care for them. But when it comes to evil, stand your ground. Show them the palm of your hand and just say, "Stop. Enough." Bind the evil before having to face those led by it, or hearing them in person or video or tape, or before entering a building. But do it in the name and the power of the blood of the Lord Jesus. That's where the authority and power to do it lies. Also, the competition, conquering, war, bloodshed, famines, diseases, with death and hell being enlarged and ravening, have been in the earth since Cain and Abel, ever increasing in its scope and its horror. Even after the atrocities of World War II, we would never have thought we would actually see, in news reports the unthinkable brutality we see today. And so, if the Lord tarries, it will continue on, accelerating at an alarming rate, encompassing more and more, until those of us with any humanness left and any compassion or any heartbreak for our fellow humans are broken by what we must witness. Even stars falling from heaven and earthquakes and storms aren't new, but never before in the frequency and strength we see them today. This time climaxing in the sun turning black as sackcloth, not a ring or corona, and the moon becoming as blood, not just reddish or what we've called a blood moon. This will be something new and terrifying, and everyone left on earth will have heard of and fear the day of the Lord and his wrath, according to Revelation 6:15-17. Our only solace is that witnessed by the fifth seal in Revelation. Those who died in the Lord are eternally blessed in and with him. And last, a comment by Joseph B. Lumpkin from the book, The Books of Enoch, from Fifth Estate Publishing, in the chapter The Omega. Evil walked the earth when angels fell. Evil stalks us now in disembodied spirits, immortal wraiths once clothed in flesh when angels and women bred, spirits released from their fleshly prisons when their bodies were destroyed for drinking the blood of men. Evil also lives inside of the common man, set free when pride kills reason and eats integrity whole. There is evil that entraps us and evil that tugs from within, but neither have control until we choose to relent. Evil is a choice of action, of thoughts entertained too long, of arrogance pushing aside the last vestiges of compassion. When angels or men think of themselves first, this is evil being born afresh. When outcome is not considered, empathy abandoned, or compassion dismissed, evil has come of age.